Hey friends, full reactions in the link in the description below, so pause, leave a like, really helps the channel, subscribe, and come back after you watch the reaction for the discussion. Give you some time to do that. Review and commentary starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, so coming into this episode, I thought we were going to wrap up the licensing exam, but they clearly had other plans. We have this flashback episode that also sets up the first My Hero Academia movie, Two Heroes, and we learned a little bit about David and Melissa Shield. We saw a younger All Might when you could actually see the white in his eyes, and his eyes are blue. I guess I could have seen that in the black of his eyes, but I just didn't pay enough attention, but they were like piercing blue back then. Definitely want to see more of All Might in his prime, so maybe there'll be some flashbacks in the movie that I can look forward to. But yeah, would love to learn more about his past. It doesn't seem like the movie will only deal with that, since All Might is dragging Midoriya to Island. Yeah, never thought we'd see All Might in action again, so this is something I'm really excited for. I know there is a second movie, but I have a hard time imagining they'd flash back to when All Might still had his powers again, so I wasn't prepared for it to be his last battle when he went against All for One. So this time, this feels like it's going to be his last time. So I got to prepare myself emotionally for what could be my last time seeing All Might in action as the number one hero. But yeah, this episode, the episode itself was kind of dumb. Like the writing clearly wasn't at the level it normally was. Like it's clearly written for the show to tie into the movie. And I really doubt that the mangaka had any role in writing this episode. The whole story of Midnight and All Might's love was so dumb. I'm not to say that I didn't enjoy it, but it was so dumb. It's partially enjoyable because it's dumb too. I definitely didn't think there was enough evidence for Deku to reach the conclusions that he did. They set it up like he had some sort of like Sherlock Holmes deductive ability, and it's actually really interesting. The two episodes where I thought there was weak writing. Both had moments where characters were supposed to show off their intelligence, but kind of underwhelmed. The first one being Saiko Intelli in the first round of the licensing exam, and yeah, the one with the quirk, IQ quirk, who was defeated by Momo, Jiro, Shoji, Froppy, Sue. And this time, Bakugo was painted as someone super brash, which he is normally, but we've also seen that deep down, he's actually got a very analytical mind. And the way he approached this hostage situation didn't feel all that authentic to his character either. Like, I get he's impatient and quick to action, but it felt like too much in this situation. Maybe that's just me. And again, it's not to say this episode wasn't enjoyable. Seeing big All Might kind of makes my soul happy. When he first came into the classroom, I am here, sneaking in through the back door. My gosh, I really wonder how many times that quote has been taken out of context, right? I have to make that into a GIF or something. If I have any younger people watching this and don't know what that could mean, go ask your guardians and or just ignore what I just said. Anyway, Present Mike is super dramatic and loud and also stupid, but he's hilarious. Like, he's like someone who would be annoying to deal with every day, but in small doses, he really does bring the humor. And then at the end, the way All Might laughed as he ran off, that high energy and joy. We always saw him smile for the people he was saving, and it makes me sad that we won't see him high energy like that ever again after this movie, supposedly. I always thought, is it theoretically possible for Deku to pass One for All back to All Might? The power would fade from Deku, but then All Might could just pass the power to Deku again, right? So what happens if they just pass it back and forth between each other forever? Anyway, really silly episode. I really enjoyed some of the character moments it allowed, but I also felt like the writing wasn't as on point as it has been in the past. Hopefully that doesn't hold true for the movie. Hopefully, I can tell that the original mangaka, I would be willing to bet very strongly that the original mangaka wasn't involved in the writing of this episode, or had very little say at the very least. But I'm hoping he had much more input in the movie. But yeah, I'm excited to get to the movie. Didn't know we'd be interrupting the licensing exam for it, but I'm here to see big All Might again. Thanks for watching. Take a moment, leave a like, really help with the channel, and if you want to see full or early reactions, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Alright, bye friends!